Well, good evening, everyone. It is 6 o'clock and it's Friday. So this is Flashcard Friday, and it's the last one in July. You guys can all cheer. We're done. We're done stepping on toes, and we're gonna cover one. Um, Be still and know that I am God. And again, this is another one that gets taken out of context. And of all of them, it's probably the least taken out of context. But there's a thing that we have a tendency to do in this particular one that is a big no-no. Um, when you're reading when you're reading and or quoting the Bible, and what a lot of people do is they just quote this, and it's from Psalm 46:10. They just say, "Be still and know that I am God." The problem is that's not the entire verse. So anytime you're going to quote a scripture verse from the Bible, quote the entire verse. When you say just part of it, you lose the beauty that's found within the verse, and you really run the risk of completely misquoting or completely distorting what the verse actually says. This verse doesn't get distorted, but the gem behind it kind of gets lost. And what's really funny, and what a lot of people don't know, is all four of these verses, all four of these right here, have a direct tie to this entire psalm being written. And that's kind of what we're going to cover today, so that you understand the true meaning behind Psalm 46:10. We're actually going to read the entire Psalm 46. I promise it's not a very long one. But then we're actually going to go into the history of where that psalm comes from, because that will tell you the true meaning behind the verse itself. So in Psalm 46, it tells you right at the top, this is for the director of music of the sons of Korah, according to Alamoth, a song. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted on the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." That entire verse 10 is, he says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Just in that little bit, it changes. It changes from what we see on the coffee cups and the T-shirts, and the greeting cards and all of that. It's more than just "be still and know that I'm God." It's, guys, something is about to happen. Sit back and watch what I do. That's really what he's saying. And this psalm is written by the sons of Korah. So again, if you start to get into your cultural Bibles, or even some of your study Bibles will have 2 Chronicles 20 as a reference in it. And when you go to 2 Chronicles 20, you find out why the sons of Korah actually wrote this. And I'm going to read verses 1 through 12 to kind of give us the context of it, so that we can kind of understand what's going on here. And actually, Pastor Chad has actually preached the 2 Chronicles not too long ago at the church. So some of this is going to be familiar to some of you. And in Second Chronicles chapter 20, it says, after this, the Moabites and the Ammonites with some of the Meunites came to wage war against Jehoshaphat. Some people came and told Jehoshaphat, a vast army is coming against you from Edom, from the other side of the Dead Sea. It is already in Hazazon Tamar, that is En Gedi. Alarmed, Jehoshaphat resolved to inquire of the Lord, and he proclaimed a fast for all of Judah. The people of Judah came together to seek help from the Lord. Indeed, they came from every town in Judah to seek him. Then Jehoshaphat stood up in the assembly of Judah and Jerusalem at the temple of the Lord and in front of the new courtyard. He said, and this is, I'm going to read Jehoshaphat's prayer here. Lord, the God of our ancestors, are you not the God who is in heaven? You rule over all the kingdoms of the nations. Power and might are in your hand, and no one can withstand you. Our God, did you not drive out the inhabitants of this land before your people Israel and give it forever to the descendants of Abraham, your friend? They have lived in it and have built a sanctuary in your name, saying, if calamity comes upon us, whether the sword of the judgment or plague or famine, we will stand in your presence before this temple that bears your name and will cry out to you in distress, and you will hear us and save us. But now here are some men from Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, whose territory you would not allow Israel to invade when they came from Egypt. So they turned away from them and did not destroy them. See how they are repaying us by coming to drive us out of the possession you gave us as an inheritance. Our God, will you not judge them? For we have no power to face the vast army attacking us. We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you. Okay, so basically what Jehoshaphat is saying there is there's a group of people coming to attack us, and these are people that you have protected. Over all of these years, you have not allowed Israel to drive them out, and now they're attacking us. God, what do you want us to do? We don't know how to handle this. And when you go back to Genesis, you find out why Israel was not allowed to drive them out. So just really quickly, in Genesis 25:23, God is speaking to a woman named Rebecca who's about to give birth. And he says, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other. The older will serve the younger. The group being referred to here that God has protected is the family of that younger son. This is Esau's generation of kids. And there's the proof that God is protecting Esau comes from Genesis 33 verse 5. And this is Jacob. Jacob is actually bowing before Esau in hopes that Esau won't kill him. When basically Esau he's run to Jacob and he's wrapped him in his arms and he's hugging him. And then verse 5 says, then Esau looked up and saw the women and children. Who are these with you? He asked. Jacob answered, they are the children God has graciously given your servant. And then if you look just really quickly again in Genesis 36 verse 1, this is the account of the family line of Esau, that is Edom. So we just found out in 20 that that it's the people from Edom, from these different places in Edom, who are coming to attack. Okay, so that's Jacob and Esau. That's Isaac's kids, and we all know that Isaac is the son of Abraham, God's friend. So they know that they can't just arbitrarily attack this man, or attack this army, because these are people that God has protected. So basically, Jehoshaphat has said, hey, wait a minute. God, these are people that you've protected. I'm not gonna disobey you. I'm not gonna go out there and do anything. I'm looking to you to see what you want to do. And then in Psalm 46, the sons of Korah who are with Jehoshaphat, in Psalm 46, God says, guys, I got this. I'm going to take care of you. Just stand there and watch me work. Watch what I'm about to do, because more than anything, as a result of all of this, as a result of everything in Genesis and everything in Chronicles and everything you're about to write in Psalms, God is going to be glorified in it, because it's all about him. So be still and know that I am God is only part of, it's only part of that gem. You need the I will be exalted above all nations, because the verse is about God. It's not about us. It's about God's protection of us and the different lengths that he will go to take care of us. It's a great verse. I actually have one of those pictures, and I keep it on my wall all the time. It's one of my favorite sayings. And and again, I hope that it's one of yours as well. Just know the whole story, and when you're going to quote it to somebody, quote the whole thing, because that's where the true gem is found, in the entire verse, not just a cherry picked piece of it. So that's kind of what I got for you today. This is the last toe stepping. I promise. Well, I guess I can't really make that promise, because sometimes when you teach, you step on a toe or two every now and then. I hope you guys have a phenomenal and a safe weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take care, guys. Love you.